the burdens and the hurts of our Christian brothers and sisters, as well as fight whenever necessary to free them from oppression. Standing in the gap is one of the ways to do this. This is the question that I want y'all to answer. Are you willing to stand in the gap for your pastor?
Yes.
If he is teaching Jesus, if he or she is teaching Jesus and exposing Satan as he or she should, she will come up against much opposition. Servants of Satan, this is where I'm getting to. This is where I needed to get to. Y'all got to listen real good. If he or she are teaching and exposing Satan the way they should be doing, they gonna come up under attack. Don't you let nobody tell you that a saint don't supposed to go through. If they saying that, they are ain'ts. Because when you are on the real battlefield for the Lord, you are chosen to be picked on. You chosen to go through. If God has truly chose you, called you, and equipped you for the task of tearing the devil's head off. See, everybody can preach, but everybody ain't gonna go in and expose the enemy. They too scared. Who they scared of, y'all? They too scared that people ain't gonna like them. See, they too worried about being a people pleaser instead of a God pleaser. They too worried about how much crowd they can draw. Amen? So it says, are you willing? Are you willing to stand in the gap for your pastor? Amen? And you know what? I heard some people say yes, but you's a lie. And if I wasn't on camera, I'll tell you would, lie. Amen? Amen. Are you willing to stand in the gap for your pastor? They will come up against much opposition. Servants of Satan, posing as Christians. Listen real good now, because this is where we're about to get to the good part of it. Servants of Satan, posing as Christians, will be attacking him or her with their spirit bodies and many demons every time she gets up to speak. At other times also, these satanic servants are often in high position within the church. You done appointed them. You done made them your right-hand man. They come in with titles. You don't know where them Negroes came from. They come in to, I'm a bishop. Sit amongst you. I'm Pastor Tutu of the New Bird Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn, they got all these names, and you just, Pastor, Evangelist, who? And they get up and they tell you what you want to hear. And all of a sudden, they gotta let them in. Amen? How can a vampire get in? Gotta invite them in. How can a spirit come in? You got to invite him to come in. You got to have a door open. You got to have something that opens the door to let the enemy in. Amen? Amen. You know what? And then you be sitting up here honestly saying, how did I get here? Amen? You wondered how you got there, and then you think about it. I left the door open. I left the back door open when I was creeping. I thought nobody could see me. So I thought I could just sneak and do it right quick and not get caught. But it wasn't about getting caught by the people of God. It was about getting caught by Satan. Because he tricked you and now you don't know how to get out. And I'm falling. And I can't get up. Amen? Amen. Listen. Okay. They come and they posing as Christians. And they will be attacking the bodies with many demons. Every time Your pastor get up and preach. Okay. Okay. There is a real need for strong, healthy young people. Listen real good. There is a need for strong, real strong. There's a real need for strong, healthy young people to be willing to stand in the gap for their pastor and ask the Lord to let them fight for them. In other words, any demonic powers directed towards the pastor must get past them first. Can I say it? Y'all need me to repeat it?
Some people didn't hear it.
Calvin, fat, Calvin, fat, Therese, Mission, Terry, Lexi, hey, TT, Kiki, Shatira, Tierra, Kenny, Pam, hello, Miss Shop, Kiki, Al, because we all still young over here. Shirley, Shirley. Amen. Listen. Listen to this good. There is a real need, Minister Potts, for strong, healthy, young people to be willing to stand in the gap for their pastor and ask the Lord to let them fight for him. In other words, any demonic powers directed towards the pastor must get past you first. So wonder why my pastor's sick. Wonder how they was able to come here and speak a curse on her and everything go wrong. Because ain't nobody been strong enough to stand in the gap and fight. Ain't nobody been willing to stand in the gap because you're too scared. If you scared, call the police. Get an escort because you don't supposed to be scared in this thing. God called you. And you're sitting on your do nothing, doing nothing. And wonder why all of a sudden now it's coming in your household. Because you wasn't willing to stand in the gap for somebody else. Amen? And listen, it is not biblical. But I know for a fact, once he got the head, he got the whole body. And the enemy goes in to attack the head to destroy the body. Amen? Know if you got a headache. That thing have everything hurting on you. You can't see, you discombobulated, you can't stand, you got a headache, everything in the body messed up. Amen? So this is what he said. He said, you got to get past me first. So a lot of attacks, a lot of things that has been suffered in this church is because ain't nobody been there to say you got to get past me first. Amen? That's why God raising up new people that's ready to come in and be like, okay, y'all let it happen, but I ain't letting it happen, because I come from the city of knocking niggas out. Amen. And so I came from out in the streets, so I'm going to knock somebody out. You understand? But we turn into punks. Sister Pam, when we get saved, we was good at cussing people out in the world. We was good at telling people off. We get in church and we get so afraid of offending people, but they ain't got no problem coming in and taking over. They ain't got no problem. So anyway, and they coming in here and they like angels of light, and they wolves in sheep clothing. They demons. They've been set on assignment to come up against us. Amen? Be careful. So listen. This will mean suffering for you, both physical and emotional. When you stand in the gap, that means it's a suffering that's going to take place. You ready, Sister Pam? I ain't ready for that. Hold up. You understand? When you stand in the gap, this will mean suffering for both physical and emotional. You may not always be able to get to church every Sunday. Listen good, don't make this no excuse. But listen to it real good. When you standing in the gap for somebody, when you fighting in the spirit realm, some days I can't get up. Some days I can't walk. Some days I literally can't come out the bed. Because I've been and went in for somebody else. And when you go in, that means suffering in your physical body. Amen? I know y'all wonder every time I lay hands, and God used me to cast out demons, I lay hands. Y'all know how I turn into an old woman, just all of a sudden everything just breaks. Because it's a demonic attack. You going in fighting a spirit. That thing actually literally fights your body. Amen? So it's emotionally. So it's a physical and emotional. He said you might not be able to make it to church on Sunday as a result of you being willing to fight in the gap and stand in the gap. You will be too ill to get there. Pay attention. But don't make that no excuse. This will mean false accusations against you from the members. Amen. You can't put yourself in the gap. Only the Lord can put you there. Amen. Only the Lord can do that, because only He controls your spirit body. What you must do is ask Him first to put you there. If that is within His will. Amen. Ask Him is in His will. You must be willing to allow the Father to use you in any way He wants for the benefits of another person. You cannot decide how you are to be used. Wait a minute, God, now I do it like this, but I don't want to do it like this, and I want to just like this. And you know what? I'm not going to say that, because see, I'm scared to go there. And I just let me say, Lord bless them. God, I don't want to. I don't want to see what they're going through. You can't. Because standing in the gap is in the spirit world. And because our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against demon spirits, and spirits do the fighting, flesh and blood cannot fight on the spiritual battlefield. Have you ever experienced a time of intense intercessory prayer after which you felt completely exhausted? That is because while you were praying with your physical body and mind, God had taken your spirit body and put it into combat with the demonic forces you are praying against. The battle occurred in the battlefield of the spirit world. The fatigue you felt as a result of two things. First, it is a reflection of the stress your spirit experienced in the battle. And secondly, it is naturally a natural drain created by the fact that your body was not, your spirit was not there during the time present in your physical body. That's scary. That's scary. So, it created a natural drain created by the fact that your spirit was not during that time present in the spirit, in the physical body.